So I arrived a little bit too early to class, and I wanted to talk about something that came to my mind because I saw one of the patients yesterday and it reminded me of it. So there is this character, one of the only characters that is a good man that was praised in this life, because normally bad people get praised and good people get the opposite impact. His name is Ahmed in Arabic, and he was a man that saved thousands of lives. So when I looked at this, I was so impressed. I was like, this is amazing. And I was looking at one of his interviews, and they said that he was getting threat letters. And I was thinking, and I also scrolled down to the comments, and it was like, why did you save Jewish lives? And I was thinking, there are criminals, like a level of a criminal, just maybe sitting next to you in the bus station, or like just around you there's criminals. But then again, I go back to the ideology that I had initially, which is people are criminals in bases, except a few people, and they're just basically beasts without nails. They can't do anything. They're scared of the law. It's because of their fear. And you get the and I was just thinking that, like, it's just in human nature to be that hateful. You see across the world. You see just across all of that. And that's the way it's been going. And what reminded me of it was there's a patient that I had, and she was Jewish. And obviously, I look very Arab. So because I have to document the ethnicity, she said that she was Jewish. And afterwards, she was like complimenting me quite a lot. And I was thinking, you don't need to compliment me for me to do an excellent work on you. It's just, I will do great work on you regardless. This stuff, like, seriously, like, to those, like, this is so disgusting. And I know nothing can change this. But those people that hate on Jews, for example, the prophet Moses is Jewish. The prophet Jesus and the prophet um, Joseph, like, all these are Jews. You're hating on like a sector of people. That is, and in the Quran it says that there comes a time. Now there comes a time. You will always have. I don't remember the exact wordage, but there comes a time where you will be astonished of people, um, criminality, or the way they are. And definitely that time has came. Let me see if what time is it. Oh yeah, I need to head to class right now. Anyways, so that's the thing. And I always get astonished sometimes also by the good, because that guy Ahmed is quite impressive. And you see the way he thinks. The way he thinks isn't the way the average Joe thinks. Even the lady asked him, like, those are strangers you saved. You damaged your arm for strangers. And he said, no, those are not strangers. Those are innocent human lives like me and you. And this is how the people of heaven think. This is how, like, I even spoke about Che Guevara before, and it's the same. I feel like it's the same pattern. Those people that are like the good people, that I noticed they're not even good people. Those are great people. They just don't think the way other people think. They think, I'm helping an innocent human, I'm not helping a stranger. And I have that thought in me, and I like to see it in other people. I really do. And I like to believe that I like to help people that much. I try to. Sometimes you're given opportunities dependent on your opportunity. And it's just so beautiful to see. It was such a beautiful thing, because I noticed that bad people, yeah, I better head there. Bad people in life get praised, and not good people. And the reason for that, and they always have a lot of minions. You notice they're surrounded by people, because half of us are um like half of the human kind is bad people, and then the other half is minions for those bad people. They hide up under a good person and all that, but they're basically people that like to be treated inferiorly. That's why you see them always stuck on the bad person. They don't like to be treated as equals. And good people never treat people as inferiors. They treat people as equals. You see, those people don't like to be treated as equals. There's always some sidekicks. You notice it also in social standings. When you notice people, like, there's this one dude and one girl, and they have like sidekicks around them. It's the same concept. It's just at a smaller degree, and the everything else is at a bigger degree. So it's just the same thing. And honestly, the good hands, people of good hearts, they hold their hands out alone. But I'm glad I'm seeing the good win, because initially, I was I mentioned the story of Che Guevara, and he's the same way, I love that. But he was treated as in how people treated the Prophet Jesus and how they treated Hussein, the grandson of Muhammad, in the years past. Those people's completeness, people's good inside of them really is people's nemesis. People hate that, and top it with education, top it with anything. It's just top it with whatever. Whenever the person is well rounded, the more hated they are. And I have another topic, but I gotta go. But yeah,